was almost as if it were a planned implosion. It just pancaked.
Well, when I first looked at it, I couldn't believe it because there was a hole in the steel. And this is steel that was, you remember the width of the windows in the World Trade Center, folks. I think, you know, if you were ever up there, they were quite narrow. And in between was this heavy steel. I said, how could a plane, even a 767 or 747 or whatever it might have been, how could it possibly go through the steel? I happen to think that they had not only a plane, but they had bombs that exploded almost simultaneously, because I just can't imagine anything being able to go through that wall.
In the case of the FBI's involvement immediately post 9/11, there were these chartered flights by Saudi royals and members of the bin Laden family that left places like Las Vegas, where they were holed up in some of their hotels waiting for the dust to settle. There are these, a plane load, literally, of Saudis and other folks associated with the bin Laden family that left on this charter flight. Well, as someone who's actually done legal traveler debriefings and even talking to folks who have been refugees or emigres from other countries, those Saudis are precisely the sort of people who should have been debriefed at length by the FBI and frankly other intelligence services as well, to build that network and to outline who knew who and what the associations were. Absolutely critical immediately following 9/11. And so was that done? The answer is no. And so this kid glove treatment was given, and I hang that directly around the neck of Mr. Mueller. That's really a disgraceful failure immediately after 9/11, because we know that these people had contacts and friends of friends and those sorts of things. It all should have been exploited, and it wasn't.
The government wants to be in charge. I mean, when Reagan said we're a country with a government, I think we're now a government with a country. And all of the things that are happening are only tightening that control on the people. They're going to manipulate them and keep, as long as they can keep them uninformed, and nobody realizes what's going on, or they don't see the threat. If they say, you have nothing, if you've done nothing wrong, you have nothing to hide. First of all, that's a great quote from Joseph Goebbels. And secondly, that's totally irrelevant.
If we had had this program in place at the time, we would have been able to identify that particular telephone number in San Diego.
I'm almost out of time.
I understand, but I ask indulgence just to finish because it's a critical point as to why we have this program and how important it is.
All right.
If we had the telephone number from Yemen, we would have matched it up to that telephone number in San Diego, got further legal process, identified al-Midhar. One last point. The 9/11 Commission itself indicated that investigations or interrogations of al-Midhar, once he was identified, could have yielded evidence of connections to other participants in the 9/11 plot. The simple fact of their detention could have derailed the plan. In any case, the opportunity was not there.
Well,
if we had had this program, that opportunity would have been there.
Who is Special Counsel Robert Mueller? Is he the upstanding career law enforcement officer as the establishment would lead you to believe? Or is Robert Mueller a dirty fix-it man for the corrupt authoritarians lurking behind the D.C. power structure? After well over a year now of enduring the tainting of the executive office with a DNC-funded bogus investigation, President Trump is revisiting concerns he made about 9/11 during his candidacy.
Obviously, the war in Iraq was a big, fat mistake, all right? Now, you can take it any way you want, and it took Jeb Bush, if you remember at the beginning of his announcement, when he announced for president, took him 5 days. He went back. It was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. Took him 5 days before his people told him what to say, and he ultimately said it was a mistake.
The
World Trade Center came down
during your brother's reign.
Remember that.
Hold on. Let me finish. He's had the gall to go after my mother.
That's not keeping
Look, I
us
won
safe.
the lottery when I was born 63 years ago and looked up and I saw my mom. My mom is the strongest woman I know.
She should be running.
Trump wants the deep state to know that the gloves are off. He's going to war. He was always going to release this later on you anyways. Bush's, Clinton's, criminal elements, the CIA, all of you. This is just the beginning with Mueller's cover-up. This is the piece of string on the sweater that pulls the whole sweater apart. It's beginning.
It was Mueller that signed off on hindering the investigations launched by the families of victims of 9/11.
Huge body of evidence that Saudi government officials prepared for the hijackers' arrival, helped them, got them money, English lessons, safe houses and apartments, and provided the aid without which it would have been impossible, according to the FBI agents who were working the case, for the terrorists to succeed. And President Bush and Director Mueller, instead of furthering that effort to find the whole story, quashed it. Interrogations were shut down. Documents have been kept secret. And the reason we are here and our plea, the family's plea to President Trump, is to declassify the documents.
People need to know more about Mr. Mueller. He is not the white knight that Lindsey Graham and others in the mainstream media have portrayed. His role during and after the 9/11 matter needs to be examined.
It was Mueller that acted as a counter-crime boss during the Whitey Bulger court drama.
And Mueller, just like Whitey Bulger, could kill whoever he wanted, killed reportedly over 100 people, run mafia operations in Boston, assassinate members of other mafias that the FBI wanted taken out. The FBI was operating as a gang in Boston.
Robert Fitzpatrick is seen here leaving federal court this afternoon after changing his plea to guilty on a 12-count indictment for perjury and obstruction of justice. The former assistant special agent in charge of the FBI's Boston office, who was in charge of the organized crime program, testified for the defense 3 years ago in the trial of James Whitey Bulger. At the time, Fitzpatrick made at least 6 false claims on the witness stand.
It was Mueller that allowed pedo Jeffrey Epstein to serve minimum sentencing for overseeing a sex exploitation ring of underage females that should have easily implicated several high-profile individuals. Instead, the FBI worked a deal with Epstein as an informant and then buried the investigation. And wouldn't it be interesting if it's none other than Mueller now conjuring up dirt on one of his toughest critics, Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan.
News story from NBCnews.com about some allegations involving Congressman Jim Jordan of Ohio. 3 former wrestlers at Ohio State University are accusing him of turning a blind eye to sexual abuse when he was a coach at the school.
That he turned a blind eye to sexual abuse while working as a wrestling coach at Ohio State University.
You've seen the reports in recent days. Your reaction first to all of this?
It's false. I mean, I never saw, never heard of, never was told about any type of abuse.
John Bound reporting for Infowars.com.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Staying healthy on the go is just as important as staying healthy at home. But sometimes supplements don't work fast enough. That's why InfoWars Life has created a powerful new addition to the Super Blue line. Super Blue Silver Immune Gargle. Available in 1 ounce, 3.5 ounce, and 16 ounce bottles, Immune Gargle is perfect for the bathroom, kitchen, or wherever you go. The incredible new purifying formula is dentist recommended for daily use whenever you feel like you need to stay clean. As a powerful hand purifier or oral cleansing formula, just a small spray will help you stay clean when you feel surrounded by toxins. With powerful yet simple ingredients, Immune Gargle features Silver Sol Nano Silver for a powerful cleansing alternative. With Super Blue Silver Immune Gargle, staying toxin-free is easy and affordable. Help stop the spread of toxins and stay healthy with Super Blue Silver Immune Gargle. Only available at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com.